In this video, I wanna show you how to play the Mordekaiser Noxus comp in the new set. So before, Noxus was a bit more of a reroll comp at 7. You went for Katta and Darius, but now they nerfed Darius because they added Vanquisher. So they had to nerf his damage, so it wasn't too good with, both Darius stats and the Vanquisher trait. So therefore, it's not that good to itemize Darius anymore. You can see on the stats that your average placement goes up by like every item you put on him. And it's basically because he's not that strong anymore. So it's still fine to, itemize Katta. Your average placement, it goes down. She's still good, they didn't nerf her. But instead of itemizing Darius, you instead go for the Mordekaiser. So what that means is you don't need to, reroll this comp anymore. You rather just push levels and, level up as much as possible. Because once you hit the 2-star Morde, I mean, that's it. That's his power spike, right? It's not like you're gonna reroll for a 3-star forecast in most cases, at least. So you can play it in both Noxus and Slayer. If we look at the stats, it's a bit lower win rate if you go for the Slayer Mordekaiser comp, but it's good as well, don't get me wrong. But the Noxus, according to the stats, it has a bit higher win rate, And the itemization for Mordekaiser, it's really flexible. Like, I don't even know like what's the best in slot for him, because like every item works on him, honestly. What I went for is, a rapid fire cannon, because he can just stay behind the front line, auto attack, scale up, because every unit he kills, he gets like stronger, tankier, more damage. And I took the rapid fire cannon with a Ginsu Gunblade, because it works well. He just scales up and is attacking from a safe distance. And the last thing I went for is a healing item. Just so, he doesn't die, he can just scale up in peace and get stronger and stronger. And at the end of the fight, he basically is 1v9, because he steals so much stats. He got so many Ginsu stacks, and he just heals as well. So this is like, you can go for a full Noxus route, you can go for the 4 Slayer, a bit more of the Masia option, it works fine as well. It's like a really flexible comp. You don't have to like look at guides on like, I need to play this trait, I need to play this unit. It's like really flexible. You play what you hit and don't overthink it that much, So in my game, this is what I got in the late game. So I got 5 Noxus, 4 Slayers, and I basically just leveled up and put in as much high cost, high value units as possible. So if you want to, you can go like hard into like a 7-9 Noxus if you got the chance for that. What I did is I just put in a Heimerdinger, I put in a Aatrox, and I put in a Jarvan, as well as Kiana. So I just got this 5 Noxus, 4 Slayers, and some really high value units. So if we start off with the Aatrox, I decided to put him next to Katarina as well as next to Mordekaiser, because when he dies, he gives his sword to the unit that's close to him. So if he dies, he will either buff Katarina or Mordekaiser. I rather have these 2 units buffed than like Kiana, right? And then we just put a Heimerdinger with a triple shred, because I had so much frontline. There's no point in having, repair turret. And I already have red buff, so I didn't need like the burn. And it was like, I already had upgraded my entire board, so there's no point to go for like GoldenOtter and getting a bunch of gold. So basically the only thing I had, it was like the Shred and Sunder. So I decided to just put the turret on the right here, so it will attack the same unit as Mordekaiser attacks. So basically he just scales infinite, and he also removes all their armor and MR, so he just does so much damage, right? And other than that, Jorvan, I put him in this corner just to, you know, so he ults their carry and stuns them. Same thing with Kiana. I like having her in like the corner because once the rogue procs, she jumps to the back line and then she gets off her ability and she stuns their carry as well. And I just put all my, you know, expendable tank units in the middle just to soak up damage. So that was pretty much my game. So without further ado, I'll get straight into the video. So I'm not even gonna lie, this start was pretty blessed right here. Look at this Orianna killing the units and I just get dropped this double Noxus out of nowhere. So don't mind if I do. We just need one more and we can start stacking those Noxus stacks. Always nice to, you know, if you get a strong Noxus start right, you get these stacks in the early game and then you just become stronger, and that means you kill another player, so you get more stacks and you become even stronger. You get the deal. So here, Ixtal Soul, I mean, that's not it. We're gonna go ahead and reroll that. As well as Shopping Spree. This comp is not a reroll comp anymore, so it's no point in taking that. So it's either Cruel Pact or Tiniest Titans. And you'd rather play Cruel Pact if you're gonna play like a free cost reroll in most cases, because you get stuck at like level 7 with Cruel Pact for a while, right? I'm gonna play the Morde carry, right? Because I'm playing Noxus. So I figured might as well go for Tiniest Titans here. Was the best out of these options for this comp at least. You know, we're just gonna get a lot of gold. We're gonna get the, you know, health regen, which is just gonna make us be able to go to level 9, go to level 8, and be really healthy and rich the game. So that augment worked the best with my comp here. And it's a really good, you know, what's it called? Augment as well, based on the stats. So in this carousel, I'm down for a kata, but it got taken. So I'm just gonna take this bow right here. It secures me the rapid fire cannon. It's really nice getting that from the carousel as well, because I need 3 bows here. 2 for the rapid fire cannon, 1 for the Ginso, so the bow was actually perfect there. Then we just need to natural 1 more from the creep rounds. So we're gonna place it on Yin. He's gonna be my item holder in this game. So basically that's pretty much what separates like a good and a bad player in TFT. Everyone can know how to copy a comp, look up a guide and see this is good, this item works on that champion, these are the traits you need to play. What differentiates the player, it's knowing how do I transition into the comp, what item holder should I play, how do I get to the late game while still being, you know, high HP, having lots of gold. So knowing when to play a weird Yin with a rapid fire cannon, etc. That's like what's gonna make you win games, not knowing your end game board, right? Because sure, this comp is really good, but if I don't know how to get to the late game, save HP, all of that, I'm not even gonna be able to play the comp. I'm just gonna be dead, right? So here, late game specialist is not good because I already have a econ trait. I need some sort of damage as well, because having too much econ traits, it's nice having gold and all of that, right? But in my opinion, you're just gonna be too weak and lose because you are down basically too many combat augments. So I decided to just go for the red buff right there. It's not bad. It works, right? So I'm kind of thinking about Night Harvester here as well. We could play that on Morde, it's not a bad item, but since I have this scaling type of build with him, I'd rather get a healing item so he doesn't die. Then he will basically 1v5. So I'm just gonna place that the Night Harvester on Kata. Gonna be able to save me some HP. Maybe we even go for a 3-star Kaisa. Who knows? Or Kata, I mean. So we got blessed by Mortog himself. He just offered me this Mordekaiser. So we're gonna put him behind all our front line here in the corner and just let him stack up the Ginso. And just look at this unit. He's a 1-star right here as well, and you're gonna see him do some crazy stuff right here. He's basically a 1v9 machine, right? So this is why I like this build. He just scales infinite, so if you have a beefy frontline enough, he's gonna 1v5. I just need a healing item on him right now. So that's why Jarvan right here is the perfect champion for my team. It gives me strategist, it gives me a nice shield for my frontline so I stay alive longer, letting Mordekaiser stack up. And is also, you know, a bit tanky, stalls more for Morde. And he has a very nice stun, which is just gonna stall more, gonna CC the enemies, which is gonna make my frontline survive, which is gonna make my Morde stack up even more, right? So that's basically the entire, like, game plan for me right here. Is just allowing this Morde to 1v9. And how do I do that? Yeah, just get a strong frontline, right? Pretty much. So looking at items, I'm a bit confused here. But now I found the item I was looking for. Bloodthirster is gonna be good, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think Morde steals HP and resistances as well. So more HP is gonna give me a, you know, higher Bloodthirster shield as well. So that's really good. UL Lotus doesn't work that well with Morde, I think. So because his abilities, like, I give myself a shield and your shield can't crit, right? He does damage with his autos, and I don't think that counts as, you know, ability crit. So it doesn't make sense to go UL Gauntlet if I play Morde carry, right? So I'd rather just go for Cybernetic Leech, because that gives, you know, Mordekaiser strength. It gives him some HP, fine. What's important is that he gets Omnivamp, so he gets a bit more healing, right? Which is always nice. So in theory, I didn't need to go Bloodthirster this game, because I already have healing from my augment, but how could I know that, right? But if I hadn't built a last item, I probably would go for some other AP item like Nashor's Tooth, Night Harvester instead of Bloodthirster, because I already have healing from my augment. Because if you already have healing, you're gonna heal more from more damage rather than getting, you know, more healing. Because, yeah, you might heal more, but if you don't do damage, you're not gonna heal, right? So more damage equals more healing. So we're just gonna level up here to put in Quinn, and we're gonna place Rek'Sai there at the trait holder spot, because it's God Willow's Barrow or whatever it's called. So you get to choose a unit that its traits or the unit's traits contribute to the board's traits. So we are able to go 4 Slayer and 5 Noxus, which is just gonna buff my Mordekaiser like crazy. But he's gonna get stuck on this Rift Herald right here, which is gonna mean I lose. But it's all fine. I'm down to lose a bit, because we're playing Tiniest Titans. We regen our HP, so it's not that big of a deal, really. We're gonna be able to spike soon. So, I mean, I'm basically just chilling here. I know I'm gonna spike sooner or later. And I'm not taking that bad of losses, right? Here I lost with 2 units. It's all good. So now we get a minion round. We're just gonna get infinite gold here. So we're basically able to go level 9 now. Whenever we want, really. So based on these items, I wanna build a Warmogs, because I have Protector's Vow on Jarvan, which gives you a shield based on your HP. So it's gonna get a bigger shield with the Warmogs. So it's a pretty nice, you know, combo right there. Get some more value out of your items. And then I just build another item on Kata. Why not? And my last item right here, it is a Protector's Vow. So I'm just gonna place that on whatever tank I play. So probably Sion. is gonna get that. Not bad on him, right? So we're just holding Katarinas because might as well try to 3-star her if we can, since we're itemizing her. So what we have two options really. Either we go for a 3-star Kata, or we sell her and put items on someone else, because a 2-star Kata isn't like valuable enough to put her items on. So we need a 3-star Kata if we're gonna have the items on her, right? Otherwise I'd rather just replace her with some other unit. We'll see what we do though. So better Morde wins right here. Yeah, that was not even hard. But he's playing the Demacia line with the Mordekaiser comp. So let's see which is stronger here. So before I said that based on the stats, the Noxus comp was stronger. And I mean, based on this matchup, right? I think that argument stands. Because yeah, we wrecked him pretty much. So I think the Noxus is a bit stronger. But if you have a really good opener for the one, of course go for it, right? No need to force this comp. So I'm just gonna put in the, what's it called, Sejuani for now. And we're gonna replace her with Sion once we get him. But Sejuani is good enough for now. So, I mean, this is pretty much my playstyle in TFT at least. So what I do is I roll very not often. I just try to play or find out my strongest board every turn without rolling. And then I just push levels. And once I'm at a pretty high level, I just try to go for, you know, some high cost units. And that's how I play the game. I think it's fun. So, but there's a lot of different ways to play TFT, right? This is how I like to play the game. You can go for reroll comps, you can reroll a bit more in the early game, or a lot of different stuff. This is just how I like to play the game, and I feel like it works pretty well for me. But I play more of the late game comps as well. So, but the hard part, it isn't playing the late game board, knowing what units and traits to play. The hard part is getting to the late game while being healthy and having good items to slam on your units. Like knowing what item holder to have and what item to slam, so you can transition into the comp you want late game. I feel like that's the hard part. So here we're just gonna roll down our gold. We're pretty much looking for Heimer, we're looking for Aatrox, and we're looking for Sion. Because they're gonna fit nicely in my comp. Heimer works with everything. Aatrox gives me, you know, Juggernaut, Slayer. And you know, Sion is a Noxus, right? So he's also Bruiser, which is nice that I have my Rek'Sai on the bench here, because he will give me both Slayer as well as Bruiser. So that's really good. Because if I had like a Kale, I would only get Slayer. So based on these items, I guess I just take Titan's Resolve. We already have Sunder Shred, so no pointing Shiv and Last Whisper, right? Because we're gonna go for the Heimer, Shred and Sunder. And the Gargoyle makes no sense. It's better if you have like one tank Gargoyle. So it's just gonna be a Titans on Aatrox, which is definitely not bad. And it's a bit awkward here. I decided to just go for the Protector's Vow on Aatrox, because I don't wanna have two of them on Yorvan. It doesn't really make sense. It will waste some starting mana of the item and probably waste the shield. It will run out before he dies, or he will not soak up the damage before the shield ends, probably. So I decided to just put it on Aatrox, because we're probably not even gonna be able to, you know, fully kit out him with 3 items anyways. So having him ulti instantly is pretty nice, as well as him just being a bit more tanky. It doesn't hurt, right? So look at his Morde, by the way. Surely he beats this Nyla. Okay, Nyla is so broken. Oh, but the Aatrox is back in business to finish the job. I thought I lost that. I just completely forgot about Aatrox there, and then he just came back and carried me, so That was pretty good stuff right there. And we found another, what's it called? The item on Aatrox. The stacking item, Titan's Resolve. And it's pretty nice here, because he's a bit more tanky with the Protector's Vow. So he's gonna be able to get the max stacks with the item. So it was a pretty decent build on Aatrox, honestly. I mean, he's pretty strong, right? And he has 4 Slayers, so he does nice damage as well. So I wonder if he even did more damage than Morde here. Let's see. I was actually pretty close, but Morde, yeah, he did 11k damage. So it was a pretty long time since I posted on this channel. But now I'm back in business right here. I just got kinda bored of the set in the end of the season before. But now I'm enjoying TFT a lot again. I don't know. They didn't change that much about this set. It's still only a half set, you know. But I feel like it's so many nice like small changes they did, which just makes the game a lot more fun. Just that you can't build Zephyr, you can't build Shroud anymore. I feel like that's so fun. I just thought these items were kind of annoying. Why would you have, you know, APM like speed thing in TFT? It's a strategy game. Why do you have to sweat out Zephyrs and Shrouds? I felt like that was kind of annoying. So they didn't remove it from the game completely. You can still get like Zephyr, but you can't build it. So I feel like that's really enjoyable. And other than that, like all the item changes, I really like them as well. So well done, Riot. So is this gonna be a win right here? No, this Nyla is pretty broken, right? Bilgewater also is really strong. Like this Nyla unit with rapid fire cannon is just crazy. But they nerfed the Bilgewater in like the B patch right now. So it's probably not as strong as, you know, you see it in this game. So what is this guy playing? He has like 3... What? He has 3 challenger spats? Alright. But, I mean, he got pretty wrecked, so it doesn't matter even. And we actually hit this Kata right here. That was so big, because we itemized her. Maybe we have a chance of beating this guy. So, on to the last fight right here, guys. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, sure to subscribe. I'll appreciate it. And I'll keep these videos coming out right here. Peace out, everybody. Ciao.